right, guys, welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike. Joining us again is my sister Jenny.
Hey, guys.
We just did reaction to part 1 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and now we're going to do part 2. We basically just went over our feelings on episode 1 in our reaction to episode 1, so if you want to go check that out, go check out the previous reaction. And we do want to have a little bit of a conversation before we jump in.
What will you hope to see out of the second episode?
Liam Neeson. Because, I mean, when Obi-Wan was sitting in his residence, his little cave, he said he actually addressed, he was like he was like Qui-Gon, like he was like trying to get a response.
Yeah,
because you know,
is that you?
Yoda hinted to him that there was training in that regard, that Qui-Gon had reached out from the afterlife, if you will, and discovered forced ghosthood.
Right,
and that this is obviously, since we know Obi-Wan Kenobi becomes a force ghost. He learns this skill. He has to learn it directly from Qui-Gon. To me, it's just an inevitability that now that he's literally just said Qui-Gon, like, right. Come on. Like, Liam Neeson.
Show us Neeson!
Just show up. Just say.
Bring us Neeson!
Yes. You know, we want to see it. And it's just another one of those. We're getting Ewan McGregor back. We're getting Hayden Christensen back. Like,
so how soon do you think we're going to see him? Do you think we're going to see some Darth Vader action in this second episode?
I think we're going to get Vader at the end of this episode.
That's what I would guess as well. I would imagine him coming in right at the end of this.
Yeah.
Because this is the 2-part opener, right? It's the 2-part season opener. And so they're going to want to leave us with like a big tease to bring us back next week. And that would be my guess, is that that's going to be the big tease.
We got a lot of Leia stuff in that last episode. So perhaps
maybe we'll get some
more
Luke today.
I mean, and obviously like Obi-Wan can't really interact with them that because Owen is there to be like, stay the F away, like I don't want your Jedi, because I mean that's completely consistent with how we meet him in A New Hope, where he's like, you know, that wizard's just a crazy old man, like
stay away from him.
I told you not to talk about
don't talk to him.
So you know, I thought that there was going to be a specific event where like Obi-Wan, like, you know, got Luke in trouble or in danger using the Force or whatever, and that Owen was going to be like, that's it, like stay away from him, like no Force, none of that.
But he's already on that team.
Yeah, we can see that he's already like,
he doesn't want any trouble.
But that scene where Owen was just like, and the Inquisitor was like, I'm going to kill this guy, and
he didn't even
lightsaber to his neck, and he was just like. But still, like, I loved how much of a badass they made him.
Rocks of steel.
And it's like, he doesn't have to be a Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber wielding Force user to be badass protector of Luke that's willing to lay his life on the line.
Like, really nice.
Yeah. And also too, because you know, when you see when you first meet his character, he's meeting Anakin, and it's like his stepbrother or whatever, and he gave a line basically referring to Anakin as family, not just as like some dead Jedi that you know, he was, you know, that's his brother. So you know, family is once again always like between Bail Organa and that whole thing, like family is a huge.
So meanwhile, Reva has laid a trap to smoke Obi-Wan out.
Yep.
And he has reluctantly agreed to go to Daiyu to
at the same time though, like she's breaking rules. Her boss told her not to do this. Yeah. So she's already going rogue. Yeah. And that's, you know, she's an interesting character already. So yeah.
All right, let's see where it goes.
Let's jump in and have some fun, guys.
I'm looking for a ship. I was tracking its signals.
You're in Daiyu now. All signals in or out are blocked.
Strong kind of Blade Runner vibes in this city.
Yeah,
very Blade
cyberpunk.
Yeah, very, very Blade Runner.
If ever I needed guidance, Master, it's now.
Spare any credits.
Clone. Timur Morrison. It's just a random clone, but still.
Help a veteran get away.
Yeah, buddy!
Just an aging clone.
Just a random clone, but I just love seeing his face.
Clones age super fast, so he's like an old man.
He's old.
Yeah, he's already getting old.
Van Winkle over here.
He's like as old as Boba was in the Boba Fett show.
Right.
Yeah.
I love how they got him in just to do that one random little part.
Love it.
Like,
yeah.
Love it.
Hey, you're filming Boba Fett. Why don't you step in and do this scene? Yeah.
Yeah, let me put a beard on you.
You want some spice, old man? I got Kessel, Pure, Glitterstem, and Felution.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
You having trouble? There's a Jedi. He helps people.
The Jedi are all gone.
I'll take you to him for the right price.
Sounds like a trap.
Skeptical.
Yeah.
Kumail the Johnny.
Spaceport passenger check 83C. Do you read? I am inside your mind.
You're inside the mind.
He's a fake
Sending
Jedi.
a mother and son to your gate. You will let them through when they arrive. They are to be given safe passage to Corellia.
The Force is so strong with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
What do you know of the Force, my friend?
Just that there's a lot of remotes and magnets. You're gonna help me find this girl I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Can I trust you?
Definitely. All right, if it's the sewers you want, there's only one place to go.
F-Lab? What are lab coats doing chemistry?
Leia.
I didn't know that Jedi could bleed. I figured you'd be smarter than to risk everything for a spoiled little... Inquisitor really figured you out. She'll be here soon. You're not a Jedi anymore, Kenobi. You're just a man. You're bleeding all over my floor.
Well, everybody bleeds.
Have fun having the worst trip of your life, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Your father sent me. I'm here to help you.
Where is he?
You seem kind of old and beat up.
You would kidnap an Imperial Senator's child?
We've done worse.
You have no right.
I used the girl as bait.
And you did this without informing me?
You left me no choice.
She thinks she will gain favor by capturing Kenobi.
Whatever power you are craving, it will not change what you are. The least of us.
Oh.
You are no longer required, sister.
I brought Kenobi here.
You will be dealt with when we return.
I want every lowlife and bounty hunter on this planet to know Kenobi is here.
Same scene that we saw in Mandalorian where everybody's tracking fob turned on.
Yep.
Now, if anyone asks, we're farmers from Tall, and you're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
What?
Nothing.
Is that Forlom? That could be a well-known bounty hunter. Forlom.
You think the less you say, the less you give away. But really, it's the opposite.
How old are you?
10.
She's like teaching him.
We had him. Look at this reward.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Says the girl.
Let's get to him first.
And remember, this is no ordinary Jedi. Kenobi is the last ember of a dying age.
There's something you should see, Grand Inquisitor.
Reva's already screwing with.
Her name's Lola, and she won't make any. She's hurt.
What happened to her anyway?
She's hurt rather than
She
broken.
was ripped to pieces by kidnappers. They took me to get to you. Did my father even send you?
Of course he did. Your
I-
father is a very old friend.
I don't believe you.
Leia. Leia! No!
No! Make her float.
No!
Gentle.
Let her down.
You really are a Jedi.
We need to move.
Who were they?
Inquisitors. Many were Jedi who turned to the dark side.
And this is all for you? Who are you?
It's a cargo port. It's fully automated. They won't be looking for you there. Go to Transport 8.
What are you talking about?
It'll take you to Mapuzo. They'll be waiting. If I'd known what you were...
Doesn't matter what I am. I just need to get the girl home.
You're not alone, Obi-Wan.
I know she put a bounty on Kenobi. Where is he? Don't go!
Where is he?
That wasn't magnets, was it?
Uh,
I'm not gonna answer it.
I don't need you to.
Since I met you, I've been chased, shot at, I almost fell to my death. Now there are inquisiting people after us.
Inquisiting people.
Take it. Now come on. What now?
Nothing, you just remind me of someone. She was fearless too, and stubborn.
I'm not stubborn.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
She died a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Lightsaber battle.
Obi-Wan.
For a while. Gonna be a little
Hello,
rusty.
old friend.
You didn't know.
Just.
He's alive, Obi-Wan.
She told him.
Oh, whoa.
Anakin Skywalker is alive.
He had no idea.
No, he didn't know, but I mean, the fact that
He's
she
been
told
looking for you for a long time.
Oh, man. Heavy.
Oh, sister! I can stand the reek of your ambition no longer. Watch and learn.
No, he's not done.
Really think I'd let you take all the credit? Who's in the gutter now?
Wait a minute, is this a different
So
Grand
maybe that's
Inquisitor?
a different Grand Inquisitor. Maybe that's
And
why
that's
he
why he just
looks
looks the same.
different.
Everyone on the internet, dude. Wait, no, wait. Either he's not dead.
We will find you!
If that is the answer to everyone's complaint, it's just a different Grand Inquisitor.
Character.
Is
Wow.
literally, is it just like that was a different Grand Inquisitor
think
and like
so.
everyone just got it wrong?
Seems to be.
They didn't promote it that way.
Oh, he's all messed up now.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Bro.
Dude.
They just connected.
Dude. He called out to him. He heard.
Dude.
He heard.
Oh my god. Okay, that was awesome. That was awesome. And I'm a little bit confused with this Grand Inquisitor situation.
Me too.
I'm
share
like,
your
to
confusion.
me, this is like, that seemed like a pretty clear cut. She killed him, but it also. So I don't want to jump to conclusions and be like that just happened, because we could have a long 10-minute conversation right now about how like, oh well, it's funny how the internet was just like, he doesn't look anything like him. This is terrible. Disney's already screwing it up, and it's like the Grand Inquisitor, but it's like, is it literally as simple as like, no, there was a Grand Inquisitor that
And
looked
then there's
similar,
a different Grand Inquisitor.
but he's the like same species as the other Grand Inquisitor,
Yeah.
and like has the same facial markings, and the like, so it's like that was the same guy.
I guess if he did live, we'll find out.
So to me, in my mind, I'm like, that wasn't a real death. That was a like, he's gonna live through that, and I don't have an explanation other than he lives through that, because there's no way that that's just like an identical.
She just really crossed a big line either way, though. She just does not give an F.
Yeah, so I mean,
the
I'm
really interesting thing is,
what the reality
like,
is.
It's very clear to me that whatever respect or validation or approval she's seeking by catching Obi-Wan, she's not gonna get it from the Inquisitors or Vader, even if she does catch him. Like, she's on this whole Captain Ahab quest after Obi-Wan, but it's not like they're gonna be like, oh, you got him, good job, now we respect you more than we always have. No, she's never gonna get the respect she wants and deserves.
Yeah.
To me, so that's gonna be a breaking point for her. Is like, she's gonna, at some point, she's gonna do something that she thinks is really good. She's gonna like prove herself in some way, and she's not gonna get. Well,
she already has now. She's like, I found him. He's here, and he's like, step out of the way.
But the number of lines she crossed, she kidnapped an Imperial senator's daughter without approval. She just stabbed her boss.
Yeah.
Potentially fatally stabbed him. Like, she just does not care anymore.
I mean, eventually Obi-Wan's gonna appeal to her in that, like, these people don't care about you. They're only here to use you and corrupt you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she'll see the truth in that. Like I said,
your abilities were meant for something different than that.
Yeah, so like there will be a connection there, like I said, and that'll be right before Vader or that Inquisitor we think is gonna come back.
Right.
And to me, I think that is actually what's going to happen. I don't think that Inquisitor's dead. I don't think there's any way that they can have a duplicate Grand Inquisitor. Super similar, but it isn't the same. No, she did not kill him just then. That's the only explanation I have.
We were right about Vader showing up at the very end. That
played
out not exactly as expected, but that aspect of
did not expect Reva to be the one to be like, oh, he's still alive, by the way, and now he has to have this existential like, oh shit,
and
like,
he called out to him and he heard him.
Yeah, and everything that he's been thinking for the last 10 years is not true.
Right.
And that, like,
Oof, man.
And right when he was like Anakin, and it immediately went to Anakin in the back to tank.
He heard that.
And now now they know each other.
Man.
Anakin knows Obi-Wan's around. Obi-Wan knows. And although I guess Anakin did know, or Vader did know Obi-Wan's around, but
so again, almost surprised that we stuck really with the young Leia story throughout this episode.
Yes, this was very surprising in that like we kind of anticipated this like Luke and Owen and Tatooine, and like so far like now with this episode it's the Ben Leia relationship.
Which is really interesting.
And we knew, like we said ahead of time, we knew that like help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Like, we knew that they had some type of relationship with each other prior to New Hope.
Right.
And here we have at least the
But then again, it's the same thing we were saying before, which is that anytime you see that part of A New Hope from now on, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope, there's so much context behind that now. You know?
Yeah, and also the fact, though, that, like, that Leia is aware of Jedi.
Yeah.
It's not some, like
her father has told her.
Yeah, like a lot of other people, even Luke, for instance, like the Jedi isn't something that you have to be told about it. Like, you have to learn, like, what is the Force? We've talking about Leia already knows about it.
It shows you the difference in the way they're being raised, because they're both Luke and Leia are being raised in very loving households.
Yeah.
With people who absolutely would do anything for them and, you know, put their children first.
Yep.
And these are both, like, two good sets of parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Luke is being raised to be a simple farm boy and not to look for any trouble and, you know, to have no love for the Jedi and whatever that is. And Leia's being raised proud of, like, her father's legacy and the fact that he fought in the wars with the Jedi, and, you know, she's being raised in, like, an absolutely opposite manner.
Yeah.
And she's living, you know, a life of luxury. He's a simple farm boy. It's just polar opposites in every respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi be like, oh, you remind me of somebody, and it's like, oh, he's talking about her mother. And,
you can't tell her.
There's that scene in Return of the Jedi when Luke and Leia are like talking to each other in the Ewok village, and Luke's like, do you remember your mother? Like, because he's trying to like see if he can get any, because he knows that Leia's his sister. She doesn't know yet. He's about to tell her, but then Leia's like, yeah, I have like some vague, like, I forget how she says it, but she's like, yeah, I remember her. She was very beautiful and kind, and like, but then it's like, wait, how does she know these? So we were thinking maybe there was going to be some knowledge or something that Obi-Wan was going to impart to her about her mother.
And
I was like, oh, is
in
this
a
that
way,
theme where
this
he's,
was
yeah,
like in a way he
where
was
he's kind of
telling
letting her know
that.
about her mother without being like, that's your mother I'm talking
Right.
about. Yeah, so
Right.
Leia has like and we've already seen her demonstrate multiple times now that she has like mind reading, her Jedi powers, even though she's not aware of them.
What was that
Or
little
already...
crazy Zen thing she said? She said, "You think the less you reveal, or like the less you say, the less you give away." But in fact, it is the opposite.
And then he's like, "How old are you?" I loved that. Yeah, and it's also because that automatically puts it in that position of like even Obi-Wan can learn things from this kid. I love that, and then because that's also another theme in Star Wars that Yoda talks about. We've heard the line a couple times now, where it's like even the student becomes the master, where like sometimes the mentee becomes the mentor,
right?
In an unexpected way. Sure. But yeah, I'm. There wasn't crazy high flying action, but we did get a little bit more. We got some lights. We didn't clash
lightsaber action.
We got to ignite some lightsabers,
right?
And we also got some rooftop, parkour and running and jumping, and
we had at least one force trick floating her down to the ground gracefully.
So yeah, there's hints of what's to come essentially, but nothing crazy yet.
Yeah. Shout out to Kumail Nanjiani, highlight of this episode. He was great.
Yeah, and she didn't kill him.
Nope.
So
he's still around. He's still a
potential.
He's gonna like pop up on some other planet, and it's gonna be like Haja again. He'll be like, "You remember my name?"
Yeah.
Again, he'll pop up again and want to tag along for the ride or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope so. Anyway.
So I don't know how sort of like quickly we're gonna return to Tatooine now and get back to the Luke side of things. Like this was already 10 times more Leia than I thought I was gonna get, and I'm like, now I'm almost invested in her and Obi-Wan. I'm like, I'm gonna keep seeing this develop.
Yeah. Well, how does this go?
But unfortunately, we can't. We've only got 6 episodes. We got to do an Owen.
I find it more likely that like we might see a quick
they've got to
scene.
separate.
We might see a quick scene of him like dropping her off with her parents or
Yes.
something, but then he's gonna have to go back to.
And there will be a very distinct connection to A New Hope. Like, if you ever need to reach me, put this card in R2D2, or you can record a message and send it to me. Yeah. It'll be of what we know the message he sends in A New Hope. Dude, and there was one little Easter egg where I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, oh, that was like a super. Oh wait, I was thinking of this episode. Skyhopper.
Oh right, toy.
And then Owen gave it back to him. So
but he's got his toy and she's got her toy Lola. I love how she continually refers to droids as people. She said she's hurt, not she's broken.
Yes.
And she said, but she's strong. She'll be okay. I mean, absolutely ascribing full human agency to this little piece of like metal and wires, right?
Wow. And that episode just ended with Vader in the tank, not in the suit. Like that was Hayden's face. So that's a hint of what's to come, and I'm excited for that. And I'm not entirely sure how much of this is going to be, because there's this Vader Obi-Wan relationship. There's now a Leia Obi-Wan relationship. We are yet to establish a Luke and Obi-Wan relationship, if there is one at all.
If there even is one.
Because we do know that obviously Owen's doing his best to keep him
in A New
away.
Hope, he's aware of Ben Kenobi,
he knows
but
his
he
name.
just knows that he's like a weird old man
but he also
who lives
kind of
over...
knows him, because when Obi-Wan comes and saves him, and he wakes up and he's like, Ben, oh my, glad to see you, is what he says.
Right.
And it's almost like, oh, have they kind of like established they're acquainted, they're not friends
Or
necessarily,
is he just like a locally known old
weirdo, that Luke does say,
know?
like, oh, he's just this, he's an old man that lives off by the DMZ or whatever. So there's like knowledge of him, but it does seem
he's
like
sort
though
of
that
known
maybe
around
they got
town.
acquainted at least once, like in that same way that we established. Well, obviously Leia has met Ben because she talks to him in the message, like so it's like, and Luke kind of does the same. So I think there's going to be at least one scene where
they
Ben
interact in some way, and maybe Uncle Owen will be like, "Get away from the crazy old man!"
Exactly.
Don't talk to him.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the one thing that was like a cheer out loud moment in this episode is when Timur Morrison had a brief cameo.
My god!
But it was
I
like,
love that they brought him in just to be like a broken old clone. But I just love to see
just
his
a random
face.
old nameless clone.
We love Timur so much.
But he had the beard and you could tell that he was
nice
aging.
to see him.
Yeah, and you know what? That's awesome too, is though that we know that it's not just there's random clones, homeless clones that are still living, didn't die in the war or whatever, but there are a couple of other. There's Cody, which we might. So I'm saying like Timur Morrison might appear more times.
Oh,
in the
I
show
hope so.
As other characters,
other clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your money, Timur Morrison. Every character you play is the new It's a different paycheck, right?
Yeah.
He can just double up his income.
Love that for him.
Play as many clones. Give me as many lines and as many roles as you can. I love it. Yeah, and there's Cody, there's Rex, there's potential named clones that make sense
for
to show up
to
in the
play.
story, particularly Cody,
Yeah.
because Cody and Obi-Wan and Rex as well are have.
Yeah.
And then we talked briefly about like all these. She was trying to sick bounty hunters on him, and one of those bounty hunters I could swear is the bounty hunter Forlom from Empire Strikes Back, one of the like original bounty hunter crew Vader 6 sends to go hunt down Han and Luke and Leia. But then Camille Nanjiani came out from like the alleyway and like shot him, and it was just like an unceremonious death for that bounty hunter. So whether or not that was Forlom,
I'm excited to see if there are other bounty hunter characters that might pop up, because honestly we know the sky's kind of the limit. Book of Boba Fett proved that.
This is honestly not this isn't the Easter egg fest so far that people might have hoped that it would be. We'll probably get a lot more. There's still 4 more episodes.
No, this is very very narrative driven so far, like very story driven and very cinematic.
And there are lots of similar little like, there's a gonk droid, there's the similar little Star Wars things that we get here and there that we're used to, but they're not overdoing it with the like, here's Easter egg.
But also like big shout out to Blade Runner this week, without which we would have no cyberpunk cities that look like this.
Dayu, is that the name of this planet they called it? Yeah, it was very much a rooftop cyberpunk, wet ground with the neon lights reflecting and all of it had that Blade Runner feel. And that's very, I like that.
The whole sort of Chinatown thing with the wet market. Everything.
Yeah,
just very,
it's always
very
fun getting to
evocative.
see new environments in Star Wars. Like even just Alderaan itself. Like I said, like Naboo is a very like Earth-like planet, and Alderaan we've heard a lot about, but we've never actually gotten to be there and have full scenes there.
Yeah,
and it's yet another world. The world building. I know people love world building, and these shows are doing all of that for Star Wars, and obviously in the Marvel shows too. Just getting to have.
Well, and it's funny, what I said in the last episode was that, or before the last episode, was that our sort of the scope of our knowledge of this universe has expanded so rapidly in the past few years due to all the new content, because the world building has sort of pushed forward so aggressively. And what's really interesting is that although this goes back to the beginning or back before the beginning, and this is taking us back to sort of the foundational story of the Star Wars universe, they are still continuing the world building. They're still continuing to introduce new corners and pockets of the universe that we haven't seen before. So it's always fun to see a brand new city on a brand new planet. They did it in Boba Fett as well when we went to that like ring station, and we were like, we'd never seen that before.
Brand new.
So I love seeing all these new sort of atmospheres that they're creating.
And now, like we've established now, Vader and Obi-Wan are connected, and now we're just gonna move forward, assuming Vader. Reva is going to have established, like, because they knew Obi-Wan Kenobi was out there, but they weren't prioritizing it, essentially, for whatever reason.
I think the message is that they've been trying for 10 years to find him, and they haven't so far.
It's
so it's almost kind of a cold case.
It's a waste of resources.
Yeah, at this point, it's a waste of resources because he's eluded them this far. What is going to change 10 years later?
Yeah, but now that Reva's established a connection,
her little, like,
Vader's
mission.
gonna be one.
Yeah, he's hungry for blood now.
Yeah, so I'm mainly moving into the next episode. I'm mainly curious how they're going to explain this Grand Inquisitor, because right off the top of my head, I'm like, nah, he's alive in Rebels. That's the same character. I don't know how it's going to be you tried to kill me, but unsuccessfully.
Maybe they throw him in a back to tank and revive him.
Yes,
you know?
it would not be the first time somebody got killed in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But hey, man. Crazy stuff. Loving it so far. I can't wait to see more. Guys, let us know what you thought about this in the comments below. If you want to see a fully unedited reaction for this and the last episode, we'll throw them both up on patreon.com/JediJive. Go check it out.
Peace.